Welcome to Soulistic Healing with Christine Mendes. This is a podcast focused on becoming a whole and complete person. Healing yourself is the key to excelling in every other area of your life. When you learn to do that, you unlock the door to endless potential. When I woke up this morning, the words that came to me were about hope and how hope can be just as powerful as fear. Have hope that tomorrow will be better. Have hope that your current situation is temporary. Have hope that in this moment you can choose where to focus your energy. Focus on the light, focus on the endless potential that you have, and focus on the now and all the positive things around you. Choose hope and spread hope. Right now, with everything that's going on around with the coronavirus, COVID-19, a lot of people are living in fear and living in that fear of, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to catch the virus. I don't know if it's going to affect me or anybody that I know or my family members. And we can easily get consumed in fear by watching the news and listening to social media and how vast this virus and the news of the virus seems to be spreading. But the way that we can combat fear is with knowledge and education, and educating ourselves on exactly what is the virus, what are the symptoms, how do we come around it. If we think, prepare ourselves, what we're supposed to do, take the necessary precautions that are recommended. And then from there, we have to try to let go of some of that fear, because if we allow ourselves to get caught up in the fear and the hype and everything that's going on, we can lose focus of the rest of our lives. We can lose focus of everything else that's going on in the world. I'm sure there's a lot of other things happening in your life that right now, a lot of other things happening in the world right now that everybody has lost sight of, everybody has lost focus of, because everybody is right now living in fear and in panic and in just complete turmoil because of fear. And I just wanted to, start off addressing that and saying that. But fear, I think we experience that throughout our lives, throughout different circumstances and situations that come into our lives. We can let that fear keep us from fulfilling our true potential, from fulfilling our life destiny, because we're afraid of what if we fail? We're afraid of what if it doesn't go exactly how I planned it to go? What if it doesn't go exactly the way I want it to go? And often we let that fear hold us back from reaching the points that we're supposed to reach, reaching our true potential. Whether it's with your business or with your personal life or your love life, your financial goals, that fear can hold you back. So the opposite of fear is hope. And if we can allow ourselves to have a little bit of hope in the darkness, a little bit of hope when we don't see a way out, a little bit of hope when we're unsure, uneasy of what's going to happen next, and just take steps towards hope, you can slowly start to come out of that fear and slowly start to build yourself back up. And, there's a lot of things going on in my life right now that not just around the virus. There's, things happening that, sometimes we just don't understand why they're happening. We don't understand, what direction this is supposed to be leading us to or pushing us into. And we have to take a step of faith sometimes, a leap of faith, and just hope and pray that things are going to be better. Things are going to turn out the way they're supposed to turn out. And one of the things that, that helps me is writing things out. What are the things that could happen that in a positive way if I just switch my direction, switch my mindset, and I lean into the things that I want to focus on. And if I set my expectations and I set my mind on these things, how they start to manifest in my life. When something negative happens, we can easily choose to stay in that negative space, in that negative place. And instead of trusting the process, sometimes those negative things aren't really negative at all. Sometimes they come to push us out of our comfort zone, to push us out of the place that we've been stuck in for so long. And sometimes we need a little push in order to move to the next step, in order to jump and leap into our future, into the next big phase, the next chapter of our lives. I always look at my life as almost like a book, where it's every chapter is something new and something different and something to look forward to. And when I look at it that way, and when I look at something that comes, like when a door closes or when something ends, a relationship ends, a friendship ends, I look at it as just another chapter in my book that has ended, has completed. It doesn't mean that my story is over. It just means that I'm going to turn a new page and that something new is coming next. That I don't know what that new thing is going to be. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. But instead of living in fear of the unknown, I live in hope of the unknown. You don't hear people say that often, but instead of wondering what's going to happen next, I have to trust, okay, whatever comes next is for me. Why the reason this thing ended, or the reason that this thing has happened, is because something better is coming. I don't know what it is. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I know something better is coming, because this wouldn't close and this wouldn't end if it was meant for me. What's meant for you is for you. Nobody can take away what's meant for you, but we ourselves have the power to delay what's meant for us. We delay it when we fear. We delay it when we hesitate. And we have to try and really, really focus our energy towards accomplishing those things that we know is for us. There are things deep inside of you that you know is for you. There are things you've been working on, things that you have seen yourself in, that you have visualized for your life, that you haven't taken steps in those directions because of fear, because of financial, financial burdens. You don't have the finances to do what you want to do, or you think you don't have the finances to do what you want to do. Sometimes we have to open our mind and look at alternative ways of accomplishing our dreams and accomplishing our desires. And sometimes our dreams can be so big and can be so grand that we lose focus on how to get there. You will get there, and it will be as big as you think it's going to be. It will be what you want it to be, but you have to start somewhere. Some of you have started, some of you have taken those steps. One door closed and you said, okay, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for this. I'm going to go for that. I'm going to, open myself up to this. And along the way, you kind of lost focus and lost sight because you got discouraged because something didn't go through the way you wanted it to go through, because something else came to get in the way of you moving forward with what you wanted to move forward with. And all those things are just trying to get in your way to keep you from achieving your true potential, to keep you from getting those things in your life that you really desire, those things in your life that you know are meant for you. Don't let your fear of the unknown, don't let your fear of how to do it keep you from doing it. Take one step at a time, one moment at a time, one thing at a time. And slowly you'll start to see everything unfold the way it's supposed to unfold. If you wake up today and you feel like, okay, today I'm going to make some edits to my business plan. Today I'm going to research this. Today I'm going to get on a dating site. I'm not focused on just one thing. I'm saying there's so many areas in your life that, or in people's lives, that fear holds us back. If we let it, we can't let fear keep holding us back from living our lives. Things will always come to discourage. Things will always come to try to hold us down, to try to keep us where we are. And we have to fight hard, and we have to push hard, and we have to encourage each other, encourage ourselves to get what we want in this life. Every day, do something to work towards your goal. Every day, do something to get you closer to where you're supposed to be. It can be as little as spending 10 minutes meditating, praying, focusing, whatever it is that you do to gain clarity, to gain knowledge. 10 minutes studying, 10 minutes in that field, 10 minutes focused on your health, exercising, little by little, you build yourself up. If your goal is to get healthy, to lose weight, to change your lifestyle, take little steps every day towards that. I get sometimes discouraged because I have some health issues that keep me from doing the things that I want to do as far as my physical lifestyle changes that I've chosen to make. And it can be discouraging. It can be disappointing when all I want to do is go work out, but my body won't let me work out. So what can I do? I have to choose to focus on the abilities that I do have, focus on the things that I am able to accomplish and the things that I can do. Whether it's some stretching, some yoga, if I can exercise my mind more than exercising something else, then I'm going to do that. And know that at some point on the days that I do feel better, I will gain my strength back and I will go back and work towards that. If there's some light exercises I can do, I'm going to do that. But I have to choose not to live in fear and live in that disappointment and live in that discouragement, because if I focus on that and if I allow myself to get discouraged and to live in that fear, to live in that disappointment, I'll never achieve what I want to achieve. And I have to choose to focus on the positive. I have to choose to see I'm nowhere near where I used to be. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I'm still nowhere near where I used to be. And if I look at me right now and I focus on the now and I focus on who I am and what I've accomplished, it gives me hope for what's to come. Because I know that there's no going back for me. I know that no matter what illnesses try to come at me, no matter, what discouragements try to come at me, I know that my future is bright and I know that I have things coming for me that are far greater than I could ever imagine. And so I have to choose to focus on those things and take one step at a time, take one thing at a time. And you can do the same thing. Choose to focus on the things you can control. I don't have the money to do what I want to do. I don't have the financial backing to do what I want to do. You know people. Start reaching out to your contacts. You don't have the money now. You don't have the ability to get a loan now. Plan it out. Get everything ready because that money's coming. And when it comes, you'll be ready for it. Do a little bit every day to work towards your goal. Don't allow yourself to be discouraged. Don't allow yourself to be taken over by fear. If it's relationships, if it's friendships that you're not sure you want to let go of because you don't know if you'll find another friend, you don't know if you'll find another a man, another woman, you don't know what tomorrow holds if you let this go. But guess what? There might be something better around the corner. There might be someone better around the corner. That business opportunity that you felt like was the one, that you felt like this is it, somehow fell through, maybe because it wasn't it. Maybe that was going to end up resulting in something worse for you. Maybe that wasn't the best thing for you. So you have to take it as that and say, okay, that wasn't for me because something better is coming. I have something better waiting for me. And I'm going to focus, and I'm not going to lose sight of what I want to do. I'm not going to lose sight of the things that I know are for me. This podcast is one of the things that I never saw coming. You know, I'm so thankful for my dear friend that encouraged me and pushed me to do this. They said that, you know, I have words that people need to hear. And that's not the first time I've heard that. And, you know, it may not look like what people thought this was going to look like. It may not look like what people assumed I was going to be doing. I didn't think this was what I was going to be doing, but there is a way to get a message out. There is a way to encourage people. There is a way to help people heal. There is a way to put my words out there. And it may not look the way that everybody thought it was going to look, but this is the way that it's supposed to be. And I truly believe that, because this is the way I can reach people across the world all at once. If I can just help a few people to have a better life, a few people to feel better, to gain knowledge, to get their healing, to move out of the depression, to move out of the negative space that they're in, then that's what I'm going to do. So just because something isn't working out exactly the way you think it's going to work out, or the way you thought it was supposed to work out, doesn't mean that it's over. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It might happen in a completely different way that you never saw coming, but don't lose hope. Don't live in fear. Choose hope, spread hope, not just for yourself, to others as well. Don't be consumed by the fear in this world, but let your hope rule you and guide you towards your future and push you into your greatness. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to Soulistic Healing. I really hope that these words have inspired you to start or continue on your path of true healing and becoming more of a whole and complete person. And if it has, that you'll make the choice to share it with someone else who you feel may benefit from these words. Have an amazing day, and remember to stay positive and keep a smile on your face no matter what's going on.